Hello and welcome to the Manychat review and step-by-step instructions on how to build your own messenger bot, proudly presented by the teams at Monetize Pro. There is no doubt that messenger marketing is going to be one of the hottest trends of the year, if not decade, and is truly changing the way we communicate with our customers. Today I'm going to take you through Manychat to review their features, pricing, and show how you can set up your account in just a few hours. Just to be at the same point, I'm going to be choosing to do this under a new subscriber as well. So just to show you how we can build it up to tens of thousands of subscribers in a matter of months and how this is really possible. So just to let you know, we have been implementing these strategies through our Amazon e-commerce brands and what we've been doing with our clients. So I'm super excited to share with you the knowledge that we've been utilizing for some time. But to begin with, just to let you know a little bit more on the pricing of Manychat, it is extremely affordable. As you can see here, for 1,000 subscribers, it's only $15 a month. And once you even get up to larger amounts of 25,000 subscribers, it's literally only $145 a month for unlimited messages. So extremely competitive pricing, the best system, and I'm going to show you today why I chose Manychat to be using throughout the companies. So let's begin. Alright, so after signing up your account and syncing your page, they're extremely easy to do, so I don't need to go over it today. You're going to end up at the dashboard here in your Manychat platform where you get to see your current subscribers, any of the important updates, and more importantly, how you get to change your greeting and welcome messages. The greeting message is simply a description that people see on your bot before they interact with it. And the welcome message is the generic message that's sent out when someone clicks on your link, they start messaging you on Facebook, or they're not a part of a current flow that we're going to show you here in a moment. Alright, let's hop over to the audience section here and make sure that you have already deleted or removed all of your subscribers in here. Main thing is you're also going to want to engage with your page as if you're a new customer. So it's really important to delete your own name from here as well. So once it's deleted, you're going to see all of your different messages here. Once you start interacting with clients, will be in the live chat section. And you can trust me, you're going to be spending a little bit of time in here once you have thousands of clients engaging with you and responding to your answers on hopefully a daily basis. To get people into our live chat, we're going to need to set up one of our lead generation campaigns through the growth tools here so that people have the opportunity to chat with our bots. Now, as you can see here, there are notification banners, you have slide-ins, you have pop-up modals, you can do page takeovers, you have embeddable buttons, you have embeddable sidebar widgets for WordPress sites. You can use send to messenger links that you can put throughout your website content and copy and blogs. You can run Facebook ads. You can set up the automatic Facebook commenting. There's the checkbox option where you get to have a subscribe to Messenger that you can actually embed below one of your current email marketing signups. And of course, you have the landing page options here. That's quite easy to set up. I don't have time to go through all the options here, but quickly add and upload an image. Choose what type it is, what your background color is going to be, and what your different opt-in actions are. This includes the message that you write to and which email sequence that they're going to get subscribed into when you're sending out one of your automation campaigns here. The broadcasting section here is pretty straightforward. I actually don't use the auto posting, so I'm not even going to get into it. I like to post out with a social media network such as Buffer or Hootsuite, so I'm not going to cover this today. The broadcasts have the same functionality as a broadcast in email marketing. This is where you want to send out a non-automated message, but it's more an important update or sale or breaking feature that you're sending out to your list at the present time. All right, so the automation part here is where you're going to spend the majority of your time. Similar to the concept of drip email marketing, this is where you're able to send out scheduled or automated messages at specific intervals. So for the automation section, we're going to start off on the main menu. Now, these are the two default that you have on here, but very similar to the website menu on top of all of your pages on your website. This is the menu that's going to appear on your mobile app to redirect their users for easy access. The default messages are on how it works. All right, so the automation part here is where you're going to spend the majority of your time. Similar to drip email marketing, this is how you send out scheduled or automated messages at specific time or action intervals. Now, I know this seems a little bit complicated, but we're going to start off in the automation on your main menu here. So very similar to your website menu that appears on top of all of your pages on your website, this is how it's going to appear on the chatbot for easy access and to redirect your users to specific pages. The default messages are how it works in add menus, and these all have sub-menus within these. So as you can see here, you can easily click on it, you get to change it, and you get to decide whether or not you want it to open up to a website, you want it to reply with a specific message, or if you want to open up a sub-menu to go even deeper. Next is the default reply. So the default reply is very important because when your bot does not understand what the user has written, then it will send them a default reply. This happens a lot more than you think when a customer might write what or unsubscribe or how it works or screw off if they don't know why you're messaging them. So make sure that on here to give easy access to your services, your frequently asked questions, and how to unsubscribe so you don't get nearly as many opens. Your welcome message is your generic message that most people will see when interacting with your bot for the first time unless they're entering through a specific form. So make this very generic because when people message through your Facebook or they message through your website, unless you've picked that specific list, this is the generic message that they're going to get. The keyword section over here is help to create action-based responses and instructions from when a customer writes to your bot. You're going to want to set up many of the phrases in here, such as unsubscribe or subscribe or get more info or different pages like home, help, contact, or screw off. So this list is going to grow very big in time here, and you'll have what your rule is if you want it to start, stop, or subscribe to a specific sequence, and which reply is going to be sent, and your additional actions. Your sequences here are the time-based responses that the users will get over specific intervals. The example bot here sends out immediately after 1 day, but you could also do it after 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, etc. So I need to set up for the premium version, what we're going to do in a minute here. But as you can see, once they subscribe to it, they automatically get the introduction. After 2 days, you can get an educational message, then 1 hour afterwards. So this is just the default that was already included, because we're going to be customizing these a lot in the next flow here as we sign up for Pro as well. The rules. You can be very specific with your rules. So if someone, for instance, subscribes to one of your sequences, they're going to need to get removed from another one. So this is how you're going to be able to use the trigger towards the action. So if once you apply a tag, if they subscribe to a sequence, or take them out of one sequence if they go to another. If you have a form on your site so that once somebody purchases, they need to get moved into the new client or the different flow, requesting feedback, requesting review, requesting different things instead of pestering somebody with coupons and lowering your price frequently. This is the rule-based section and one of the most important fields in customizing the user flow. The flow section is where you're going to create all of your different conversation and responses for all the different situations that you're going to come up. I typically delete every single message, or at least change the title so I know which one we're selecting in the later segments, because the default messages that they have at the beginning is a little bit confusing. Start out by clicking on each individual subfolder, and I would suggest starting off with the welcome and default messages as messaged above. But in addition, you're going to want to create flows for contact us, our services, how we can help, subscribe to your bot, and many more. It is very common to have 40 plus flows in here, all with different responses. For example, when you click on the welcome message on the edit here, then if you click on any of the individual steps within the steps, you'll notice that all of the buttons here are there it is. All of the buttons are, you can easily add, click, or drag, and absolutely no coding is required. On the other screen here, you're going to see that you can also apply tags or add to sequences depending on the action your customers are going to take within your bot. You might want to, for this one, I have the example subscribe to how to build a bot versus how to subscribe to an example sequence. So on the no build it for me, you can show them how effective a sequence is. And if they do want you to build it for them, this is how we're going to build the bot. And you can see by giving different tags such as a current subscriber to someone who's looking for a custom quote, the different sequences and flows and what you can break this into, and even just from the functionalities of being able to add audio, videos, files, user input forms, text, and controlling how long it takes for delays between sequences, you're going to do the best job in actually mimicking how a real customer service person would respond. And so you don't want to completely pretend not to be a customer service chatbot, but you do need to it should be flawless in the transition from your bot to a real person when required. Now we're going to go on to settings, and the really good thing about this is that you don't have to change much because most of the settings are already correct. You just need to fill in the information when required, like your greeting text that shows before somebody starts an interaction with your bot. This is if you ever have something that is a little lagging behind, make sure to come here and click refresh permissions. I always have to do that every time or two. That's under the general section. The next is the live chats, where you don't have to change any of these settings. This is all done correct until you start getting multiple team members. Under growth tools, you do need to come in here and authorize your website, such as Monetize Pros, the HTTPS Monetize Pro, so that we're able to actually type it in here. And you're going to want to disable the branding because you don't want the Manychat branding on any of your sequences with your customers. Next is the notifications, where you're going to want to how often do you want to receive updates for your subscribers, and when you want to notify the admin action. So when we sign up for Pro here, when I have customers make it to a certain phase where they want to book an appointment, I'll make sure that it actually emails over to myself or one of my team members to respond right away. Custom fields here, we'll go over this later, but I just want to show you that this section is available because almost everything that you need to do regarding custom fields is in tags here. So the custom tag, you're going to want to think about how you're going to categorize all your customers and prospects, so later on you can segment your audience by this. If someone comes in through a Facebook ad, you want to add a Facebook tag. If someone comes in for more info, you're going to want, if you're going to want to create a tag for interested. If someone's purchased, you're going to want to have them be a customer. If somebody subscribes to your email list through there, you're going to want to have them as a subscriber. So depending on which geographic regions you're targeting, whether it is a product that wants to focus on one country versus another company, you're going to want to create about 15 to 20 different tags and think about how you're going to want to categorize your customers going forward. Next is the users. That's pretty self-explanatory. When you do have more admins and people working on your projects, you are going to need some people to help fix your workload. Payments, right here is where you connect your Stripe account. Super easy to do. How you're going to want to collect your currency, and when you do get your payment, how you're going to send it out to how you're going to get notified. The integration section here is where you set up to upload your Google Sheets, or if you use MailChimp, HubSpot, many of these interactions work direct. I actually use drip email marketing, and so there's not an integration for it. Instead, I have to do that through Zapier by generating a token here, which we're going to take you through the next step over. So anything that is not in the integrations list that you wanted to do, typically Zapier pretty much works with everything, so that's what we'll be going through here. The next segment is templates. So they do have some generic different options available. I'm really not happy with the quality of their templates, but it is a good start. As I mentioned before, I typically like to do this without it in there because it's a little bit confusing when they do have flows set up. But if you just want to play around with it, you can always set up one of the e-commerce or coffee shops or real estate just to see how their flows goes before editing all of the information yourself. All right, and that does it for the Manychat walkthrough for today. In our next lessons, we're actually going to take you through adding flows and creating our growth tools. But if you have any additional questions, make sure to head on over to monetizepros.com/chatbot for our full reviews and instructions on how to use Manychat, Chatfuel, Landing Cube, Mobile Monkey, or any of the other software that might work well for your business. At the same time, we'll also be going over the 24-hour compliance rule with Facebook to make sure that you don't get banned, as well as setting up some flows and templates for different industries. But that's enough for today. Thanks for tuning in and have an amazing day.